Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to another new project day. Today we have been to BCA in Crawley to pick up probably the best condition car that I've ever bought. Let's go into it straight away. Very little to do. This is going to be a midweek video, one video, and that is it. Let's go with a new project which I'm going to call Project Harry. Let's go. So, here is Project Harry. This car is clean. I haven't cleaned it. This is how I've just got it back from BCA. It's clean. Wheels will probably need a bit of a... Yeah, wheels definitely need a bit of a something. That one anyway. That one's alright. It's got superb tyre there. It has got a superb tyre there. It has got a superb tyre there. Again, a little bit of curbing, nothing major. And these tyres are virtually new, almost new. Really good tyres. So back wheels are alright. Fronts could do with a little bit of attention, but there is basically not a mark on it. This is a grade 3 from BCA. They grade their cars from 1 to 5. 5 being an old heap of sugar, 1 being showroom condition. This is a 3. So we had an arrow. We had 2 arrows, one over here and one over here. There's a little chip there. I think it might be pointing at that, and nothing really. Maybe 1 or 2 little chips, but there are other little tiny chips as well, but they're nothing. Absolutely nothing. And there was a scratch on one of the wheel arches, and I can't remember which one it was. It was a tiny one. Can't even see anything. Back bumper, we got a little bit, so they didn't point to that, which obviously I'll just touch in. So as you can see, obviously it's a 64 plate Sport. Those tyres are virtually new. Where was the little scratch? Oh, there. Tiny little scratch there. Tiny, you can barely see it. That's it. That's it. That's the damage. So this is an HPI clear, undamaged, not a crashed car. Very, very clean, very clean. Even clean dirt-wise, doesn't even really need me to clean it, to be fair. I will, but a little bit of paint transference down there, so we'll give that a little bit of a go. Really good. Aircon isn't very cold, so that's going to need doing. Luckily, I can do that myself now. Even the rear wiper's okay. I think we've got some mats in the boot. Not even sure I need to put new mats in this one, you know. I think we can just clean these. Oh, I don't know. No, I will put new mats, and I always do. So I don't see why this car should be any different. We've got a spare wheel with the tools. We do have the locking wheel nut key, which is in the boot, in the car. We have at least 1 brake light out. I knew that. I meant to take brake light with me when I collected the car, but I forgot. It's at least 1 brake light, and 1 DRL bulb is out as well on the passenger side. Nice solid clunk. Yeah, so basically, there's a little, what is that? No, that's something got stuck on it. Yeah, nothing. Door handles are all good. Got the logbook and the service history there. It's not a fantastic service history, but there is a service history. We'll have a look at it in a second. We've also got manuals. I haven't looked at any of this stuff yet. Oh, can't even get in. We've got all the books here, which this is a good thing about BCA. You do tend to get everything. Got that down there. Needs a bit of a clean in here. Seats definitely need a clean, which we'll probably do this afternoon. When I was driving down the motorway, I couldn't get a signal on the radio. Let me see if there's anything now. Turn that fan off. Very, very weak signal. Yeah, not very good. So it's on Capital Radio. It's going to need a new aerial, clearly. So we'll get one of those. I think I've got one. If not, I'll get one ordered. check daytime running lights. Got the digital dash, 68,318 miles. As I say, 64 plate, it's 2014 car. So we got all the nice sport features. It's lovely. It's really nice. There's not really much for me to tell you about. Let me just grab the oh, I know, CD. Free CD? Probably not. No, when this was a We Buy Any car. So people are going to take stuff out, aren't they? There's nothing really left in them like they are when they're crashed or stolen, for that matter. But yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. It's very, very little for me to do. Shame about the aircon, but hopefully that will just be a regas. And a seat clean, a hoover, wipe the surfaces over. Job done. I know what I do want to look at, see if the cam belt's been done, because obviously it's a 10, 11-year-old car, so it's due. Let's pop the bonnet and have a look before we show you the service book. No, it hasn't. That sticker's not been removed. It's clean under there. No, that's not been done. So we need to get that done. Although that aux belt doesn't look 10 years old. Really doesn't, but that's definitely not been removed, that sticker. No. Sorry, I'm not pointing at it. Don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure that's not been removed. That looks a bit on the low side. That might need a bit of topping up. Clutch fluid. Clutch is fine. Clutch is absolutely fine, but it does look a bit low, that. It's not on minimum, but we will top that up just a smidge. It did say... Oh, look, that's off the... off of there. Yeah, it's come off of that one. So what we'll do is we're probably going to give it a service, although that oil filter down there looks virtually brand new. So it might not actually need a service. It did say that the oil was overfilled. I haven't checked it yet. We'll do that in a second. But we'll have a look at I'll probably get it up and ramps and have a proper look at that filter, because that filter looks new to me. So it may potentially not even need a service. Shame about the aircon, but hopefully we can top that up. It's not, you know, anything else wrong with it. It's got a new battery, which is good. Yeah, nothing. That's not on properly. That's broken, so we need to... I've got spare ones of those. That's probably the idiot that serviced it. They've not put that back in properly either. So we'll sort all that out. So yeah, I need to get that cam belt done. I'll have to get Glenn booked in for that. Got to decide how much to sell it for as well. Got it really cheap, this. Can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but we'll go through the figures at the end of the video. As I say, it's only going to be one video. Yeah, we'll get that topped up this afternoon, and we'll try and do that aircon as well. So yeah, nothing to write home about under here. It's a really good car. It's a really, really nice car. We'll touch those wheels up once we've got them cleaned. Yeah, straight as a die. Yeah, so I've only got 2 stamps in there. One was done by Fiat in 2017. And then there was an oil service done at 31,000 miles in 2019. So, oh, it's come from not that far away, in Welling. And then that one was, the first one was in Chepwell Heath, Romford. So it clearly has been serviced. It's just not been, the book's not been stamped up, which is a bit annoying. We've got the full V5. Obviously I won't show you the address of the previous keeper. Where did it? Oh yeah, they lived in Welling. I know the road that they live in as well. So yeah, it would be nice to know when it was serviced, but I think going by what I've saw, it's recent. It's annoying that there's no bloody receipts or anything. I haven't seen any stickers around the car, which you do sometimes get. I've got 2 of these for some reason, 2 exactly the same, so I've got a spare. So what have I got to do? So we got cam belt, aircon, radio aerial, clean, dash cam like we do in all of them, new mats, hoover, clean the seats. I think that's about it. I ain't going to take long. Pretty much, apart from the cam belt, obviously I'm not doing the cam belt, possibly service, possibly not. Obviously we need to have a look at the brakes and what have you. It is MOT'd until November. I may or may not get it MOT'd. What are we now? July, August, September, October, November. It's got 4 months MOT. Do I need to get it MOT'd? For a quick turnaround, possibly not. I need to look at the MOT history. I did look, I can't remember what was on it. Yeah, don't know, but that pretty much that's all we've got to do really. So seats are all in good condition. There was actually, let me just show you something else. BCA had pointed to that. It's just a tiny, tiny little pull, and they pointed to, is it this seat or the other seat? This looks all right. They sort of pointed to the seam as if the seam was worn. I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't know what they were pointing at. Sure it was there. Unless it was the other side. Can't see from here. But yeah, no, it just needs a clean inside really. We can do that this afternoon. Yeah, so that's it. That's the new car, Project Harry. So we'll crack on with it. Before we do that, I'm just going to have a look, see how much oil is in it, see if it is overfilled. Alright, let's have a look at this oil. Oh, it's quite new. You can see it's quite new. Yeah, there's no stickers around under here to say when it was serviced, which is a shame. That is a shame. It's not overfilled. Thought that was my doorbell then. It's not overfilled, it's up to maximum. Where they get the fact that it's overfilled from. What they're talking about. We'll have a look at the coolant, see where level that is. We'll top that all up as necessary. Yeah, that oil, I could see that oil's new. This don't need a service. I'm not servicing it, so that's a saving straight away. Right, a bit's missing for those. They often fall out. I think people who service the cars end up losing them, not replacing them, but it was done up fairly tight. But there was no the silver bit that comes from underneath and the rubber bit on the top were missing. We put I say we put a new one of those on. I did. It's down there. I put that on and I took it off again, and it must have fallen off. So I need to take that. Good job I checked that. I got a new one, the second-hand one that I already had, so I changed that, and it's fallen off. So we'll put that back on, and I've put that back in properly. I've topped up the clutch fluid. It was a bit on the low side. It looks quite new actually, what was already in there, but yeah, I hope that doesn't mean it's got a leak, of course. We'll soon know, of course. If it has, we'll see it on the driveway, because it will be that join, won't it? But hopefully not. But yeah, all good under here. Showing back the cam belt, I will get on to Glenn. Now, I do actually have someone who's potentially interested in buying this. I've been searching for a car for them. They need a car by the end of July, and it's getting on that way now. We're sort of we're past the midway point in July now, so they are desperate. And I've shown them pictures of this and they like the look of it. So I'm actually just about to do a little film and send it to them. And they want to come around at the weekend and have a look. Even though it won't be ready, they want to have a look, see if they want it. I've got to decide how much, of course. But I said we'll get into the prices and the costs and everything at the end of the video. Right, we are all clean inside. Everything is clean. The seats are clean. Still wet. Cleaned all the leather, protected it all. It all smells quite nice. Dash is all clean. Oh, it does smell nice in there. Back seat's all clean. It's a good thing about the Sport is there's not that much material, is there? Because it's half leather. Yeah, everything's nice and clean inside. We've replaced the back bulb. It was just a bulb gone, thankfully. So I've replaced that. And the reason the wheel is off, for one, I wanted to just check the brake pads. And I always find it easier to take the wheel off to do the DRL. So I've changed the DRL. And the torch is running out of power. You probably can't see. We've got Brembo pads, which are about half worn. And that was quite clearly changed. They're nice and clean. So they're a little bit lipped, actually. A little bit. Not too bad, but a little bit lipped. Actually, they're probably not that new. They look it because they're nice and shiny. They're not that old. They probably were changed when those pads were changed, but a little bit lipped both sides. But it is minute, probably half a mil if that. Yeah, so that's all good. Shock absorber's all good. Yeah, dry, no oil. Everything's good under here. Yeah, well, I'm not going to bother checking the other side because obviously if this one's... Oh, I just realised that we don't have any studs on here. Look, they've been put on... They've just put some bolts. I imagine they probably snapped them or had trouble with them, so they've taken them off. Which is fine, unless you want to locate... whether they will still locate on there or not, I don't know. Because it is a pain locating when you don't have those. But yeah, it's all good. A couple of little scrapes down there, which we need to touch in. Nothing major. Really nice condition, this car, considering it's 11 years old. I haven't even cleaned it. I still haven't cleaned it. I suppose I should. Right, I've spoken to the lady. I've sent her some videos of the car and she loves it. She's not bothered about getting a new MOT on it. I've given it the once over, of course, so yeah, she's not bothered about that. She does want the cam belt done. That's booked in for next week. Glenn is coming to do that. In the meantime, we will do the new aerial. I've tested the Blue and Me, it works. We'll do the new aerial, we'll regas the air conditioning and we get a key cut. And then that's all we need to do. That is all we need to do. Wash it, obviously. I'll wash it and polish it. We haven't actually washed it at all yet. I will touch the wheels up. She says she's not bothered about a few digs in the wheels, but we'll do those anyway. We'll touch them up with the correct paint. Yeah, what a quick turnaround. Lovely, lovely car. It's a really nice one. I bought the Sonax white polish and I'm going to use that on it. White doesn't particularly pop as a colour when it's shiny, but I'm sure it'll look lovely. But yeah, beautiful car. Okay, morning and welcome back. A few days has passed since what you just saw. We had some work in the way. We had the weekend before that, and now we're back on it. So, the car is sold. I haven't got any money yet, but the car is sold. Today is Wednesday. It is being picked up on Sunday afternoon. MOT is tomorrow. The lady decided that she did want a new MOT, because when I told her November, she didn't realise at the time that was only like 4 months, so which is fair enough. And as I said to her, if you weren't having it, I would be getting it MOT'd anyway, so it was just for her to get the car quickly, that was all. So just to recap what we've got to do now, today, this afternoon Glenn is coming to do the cam belt, but in the meantime we need to top up the aircon gas, hence why the bonnet is open. I discovered that the little thin pipe that goes on the breather pipe on the back of the airbox, that nipple that pushes onto has been snapped off, again by the idiot that serviced this, I imagine. So I bought a new airbox which is in the boot. I say new, second-hand one, from a subscriber apparently, on eBay. So I'll be changing that, and we've got to put a new aerial on. We've got a really bad signal on the radio. There is a signal, but it's not very good. Looking at the aerial, it don't look too bad. It doesn't look like the original, I have to say. It has been raining, unfortunately, so it's a bit wet. Yeah, I mean, that don't look like the original, does it? It looks relatively new, but it is a crap signal, so who knows when it might have been changed. If it's been changed, it might not necessarily have been changed. And then there's a couple of tiny little bits of paint that need to be touched up. Nothing much, very, very minor. So that's it. So let's get on. The first thing we're going to do is the air conditioning. Okay, you may have seen me on a previous car. I've started doing the aircon myself now. So we've got all the gauges and everything in there. We don't need those because we're not sucking out anything. We're just hoping that we're just having to top up. There's no new parts been added to this as far as we know. So we're going to try first of all just topping up. So to top up, you've got two ports here. Not that one. That's the fuel rail. That is the low pressure port which we connect to. That's the high pressure port. So using these kits with the gauge, just a single gauge and a single pipe. All you do is you connect to the port. So there's a simple push fittings. And it's quite easy. I have already got one. I've got it over here. This is the gauge. So I've got this on eBay. So simple push fit. You put that onto the cam first. Now there is a little bit left in that one, so I'm not going to waste it. I thought I might as well try and use it. So let me get you set up on the tripod. and I'll show you how we do it. So I have got a new can as well, but I want to try and use up what's in this one. So what we do is we pop that on, push fit onto there, make sure it's on properly. That's it, you don't want it, oh, it's not on. Sometimes these can be a bit challenging to get on sometimes. I'll say they're a simple push fit, which they are. That's it, there we go. That's locked on. Now, what we're going to do is start the engine, and then we release the tap on the top of there to let the gas flow, and then we watch the valve. Now I'm hoping, so start the engine, put the aircon on, and then put it on full blast. I have got a thermometer, but it hasn't got any batteries in. It's brand new and it takes an odd battery which I haven't got, and I haven't got around to getting any yet, so we just make sure it's cold. So right, let's start the engine. Right, aircon on full blast. So loosen the tap. Give it a shake. We have a bit of a problem, unfortunately. So when I connected the gauge, which I didn't notice when I was filming, so the gauge starts off at low, and then as you fill it goes up into the blue. Mine was going up on the line between yellow and red, and then it went a little bit further into the red up to about 70, and I thought, oh, aircon was still cold. I realised it was still warm. I realised that the clutch on the condenser wasn't kicking in. And all of a sudden I thought to myself, have I connected this to the wrong port? Have I connected to the high pressure? But I haven't. That's the low pressure port. That one. That's the high pressure. So there's no gas going in, but it was right up, and then it went right up to the very top. It actually went off the scale. So when your aircon's on, your fan comes in intermittently, which it's doing. But that might just because the engine's running, it's getting warm, potentially. And obviously the clutch will kick in and out as needed on the compressor while it's compressing the gas. Now, it's not doing that. So I thought, I wonder if it's the relay. So I went out to the other car, it's out in the street, and I took the relay out, which is this one. And the relay is that one there. It's R005, so it's the one next to the red one. So I know this works. I know that one works. I've changed it. I know that one works in that car. So because I know the aircon works in that car, I've tried it. So I've changed that. Makes no difference. So there's obviously a problem with something. As I say, I think it's fully gassed. Going by what that comes up with. So I've contacted a bloke. This is not the bloke I normally use because he just sort of, does it on his driveway. This is a proper air conditioning person. I'm taking it there on Friday at 3 o'clock to see if we can get to the bottom of it, see if he can diagnose it. It's going to cost me 60 quid to diagnose it, but I've got to diagnose it. Is it potentially, it's the compressor, potentially. What else can it be? Well, that was fun. Not. So one of the bolts on the new one was broken, and one of them on this one was broken on the underneath. So yeah, not ideal. It was the one I bought was actually which I'd completely forgotten about, was a Ford KA one. So I don't need this bit. And now I have sold one of these on eBay before. But unfortunately, because of the broken thing on there, is it really worth selling? I suppose I could, even if I got £5 for it. Don't matter, does it? I mean, it still seals fine with two. A bit annoying, but yeah. I say I sold one of these before. Can't remember how much for now, for a Ford one. They are exactly the same. It's just that one says Fiat and one says Ford Duratec. So I'll just use the back piece, and as you can see on here, the nipple is gone. And just to add insult to injury, on the breather pipe, the bit that had broken off was still in the pipe. So I had to cut the pipe to be able to get a pair of pliers on it to pull that insert out. So that was the most fun I've had for a long time. I need to get out more. So luckily it came with that. So we've put that on, and it also came with those as well. So we've got a couple of spares, because it's always good to have spares. We've got the pipe in here as well, which I didn't actually need, but we'll keep it for future reference. It hasn't got the bracket on it, as they always break off, but we'll chuck the old bit from the car. We'll keep that, as I say. We might stick that on eBay and see if we can get a few quid for that. But that is that. Another job done. I'm really, really gutted about this air conditioning not working. I just hope this bloke can sort it out for me. Right, I did try a little thing where I noticed when I had the valve on there and a little bit of gas escaped as I was taking the valve off, I noticed that the needle dropped a little bit, and I did it a little bit, and I paused a little bit, and a little bit of gas escaped, not loads, but a little bit, and the needle went down again a little bit. So it's out of the red now. And I thought maybe this has already been overfilled. See, I've not put any gas in it. No gas was going in because the compressor wasn't working. So so the pressure is now reduced. However, I've tried it again. I thought maybe there's something in the compressor that stops it from working if the pressure's too high. So I tried it again, and it's still not doing anything, unfortunately. So yeah. It is off to my appointment at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon to get it diagnosed. I've given that a bit of a rub down and a bit of a coat of paint just to improve it slightly. I've given it one coat. I'm just letting that dry, and then I'll give it another coat. Just tied it up a little bit. You can still see the edges, but I could have replaced it. I'm not sure if I got one, but I thought, you know, I'm just gonna black it up a bit. I've done this before, and it looks much neater once you've done that. It takes the eye off of it a little bit. I rubbed it down a little bit first just to key it up. We'll give that one more coat, and then I think all we've got to do then, apart from clean it on the outside, which I'm not doing right now because within the next 2 hours Glenn will be here to do the cam belt, and I don't want the ground all soaking wet when he's here doing the cam belt. So I'll give it a good clean once he's gone, and then touch those bits of paint up and touch the wheels up. Yeah. Actually, I better find the locking wheel nut key, I suppose. He's going to need that. Right, Glenn has been and gone. Cam belt has been done. Cam belt, obviously, water pump, etc. And I told him about the air conditioning. And he said, have you connected to the ECU? And I said, it hasn't got an ECU for the air conditioning. However, I had a look on multi-ECU scan whilst he was doing it, not plugged into the car, but thought to myself, maybe you can check things on multi-ECU scan. So what I discovered, if we connect to the engine, I don't know whether the engine's got to be running or not for this, but there are things you can, like the activation of the pump. Press Y to continue. So I think it was under actuators on the engine, got AC compressor relay. So let's have a listen. This function activates the AC compressor clutch relay. You should hear the clutch operation. On some systems, you should turn on the AC in order to run this test. On some cars without AC, the ECU may report an AC error when you try and run the test. So let's turn it on. And of course, we know it's not going to kick in anyway, but we'll try it, see if it does anything. Let's just put it on number 1. Keep the sound down. Right, execute. That was my imagination. I thought I did hear it. Let's try again. Yeah, it is. It is clicking. I thought it was. Oh, that's the relay. So we know the relay's okay. So there's nothing else there, but there was other things that I saw. So we know the relay's okay. So I was thinking that was the actual pump itself, but it's not. Let me just find the other things. Right, so if we're on the engine and we go into errors, we have got a AC compressor pressure high. Now that I wonder if I need to clear that for it to work. I wonder if that's something to do with it. Maybe it's not working because it's got that error. So it was high, we know that. Let's clear the error, see what happens. Wouldn't it be amazing if it's, it's still there, so it's not going. So air conditioning compressor, pressure high. Short to ground or open circuit present. That's interesting. So I think the compressor is broken. That's interesting why it won't actually go. Let's turn it off. And back on again. We'll start the engine. Parameters. I'm sure there was some other stuff on there as well. AC request, here we go. AC request off, AC compressor, faulty sensor. There we go. Where is the sensor? Is that part of the AC compressor? Right. Okay, so we have a faulty sensor. Stays a compressor command coming from the control unit. Air conditioner compressor activation request off. Alright, so that. Yeah. P0530. So AC compressor faulty sensor. So presumably that sensor is part of the compressor. Okay, so as you know, it was my birthday on the day that I took the car for MOT. So not the best way of spending your birthday. So I went down to the MOT centre, which I use a local quick fit, and get in there, MOT 11:30. He said, "What's the registration number?" I gave him the registration number and he's looking. He said, "No, it's not here." He said, "I think you've booked it to the other place." So there's another one which is down the bypass, which is about a 10-minute drive. Luckily I was 10 minutes early, so I jumped back in the car, raced down there, get in there, and the bloke said my name. He said, "I was just about to call you." I thought, oh dear. He said, "We've got 2 MOT bays," he said, "and one of them has just gone down." He said, "And that's the one that your car's due on." He said, "So this was at 11:30. He said, "So there's going to be a delay." And I said, "How long?" And he said, "Probably till about 2 o'clock. So I wasn't going to stay there on my birthday for 2.5 hours waiting for an MOT. So I cancelled it, came home, ran quick fit, got it changed to next Thursday. Very annoying. However, we've got the compressor that's come today. So I will have a go at doing that if I can. Probably not today, but maybe next week. Or Glenn is coming on Wednesday to do another cam belt, so I might just get him to do it as he's coming anyway. And then obviously I can do the refill and just hope and pray that it works. So yeah, that's the update. I will see you next week when we do this compressor. Okay, so this one is done of sorts. Let me just explain what's going on with this one. It's being picked up on Sunday morning. But let me just explain what's happening with it. So as you know, I've got a problem with the air conditioning. Pressure switch. The pressure switch I ordered a week today, which is Friday. Didn't expect it to come Monday. I expected it really to be dispatched on Monday, which apparently it was by first class post. Today is Friday, 5 days later, it's still not arrived. Now I don't think it's down to the seller, I think it's down to the Royal Mail. Received parcels from the Royal Mail. I haven't received any normal post all week, so I think it's in that normal post. So I don't really know what's going on. Told the woman this. She said, "How long is it going to take to do it once you receive it?" I said, "Probably about an hour, maybe a bit less." I said, "It will lose the gas, so I'll have to re-gas it," which I can do, obviously now. I said, "But I can't guarantee that that is going to fix it." I said to her, if it doesn't fix it, then I've got the compressor, because she's desperate to get the car this weekend. So she said, "Look, I think I'm just going to come and get it anyway." So she's taking it without the aircon working. when the part comes, if the part comes, if it doesn't, I'll have to buy another one. She'll bring it back and I'll fit it for her. If that doesn't work, then Glenn will fit the compressor for her. That's the sort of agreement I've made with her. Obviously, and I'll pay Glenn. So that's it. Let me just quickly show you around the car and then we'll wrap this up. So didn't have to do very much. As you know, she wanted to have an MOT on it, which I did yesterday. The MOT was passed the MOT fine. It just had a very, very minor advisory of very slight misting on a CV boot. He said it is really, really slight. He said, but I need to mention it. He said it doesn't really need doing, but just keep an eye on it. So yeah, I won't be doing that, obviously. So we got good tyres all round. There was no damage to this car. Don't forget, this is not a cat car. I reckon it was put through BCA because of that air conditioning. Now that air conditioning was overfilled, over pressure. It obviously hasn't blown the seals, which it can do, otherwise the gas would have leaked out, and it hasn't. So I reckon the fault was there. We were having a hot part of the summer, and they've thought, let's put it through BCA, let's get what we can for it. Because they probably had a quote for a new compressor at £1,000 or something like that, so let's just sell it, get what we can for it. I reckon that's what's happened. Now the compressors cost me about £34, something like that. Of course, we don't know for certain it's that. I did read something on Facebook the other day of someone saying their air conditioning compressor is not coming on. They've changed the pressure switch and they've changed the compressor and it's still not working. So they were questioning as to whether it's the BCM. Let's hope not, eh? Because otherwise I don't know what we're going to do. I've never known one to go before. Never had this problem in all of the cars that I've had. But, you know, there's always the first. So I'm convinced that's why. But the car's looking great. So we've cleaned it, obviously, everywhere inside and out. I haven't polished it in this instance because she wants it quick. So seats have been cleaned. I've cleaned the original mats, which I don't normally do. And it's just nice and clean. We've got the dash cam installed up there, which I've just put in. Cam belt's been done. It's been serviced. Yeah, it's all good. So it's ready to go. So it was never going to be a very long project, this, but it's a really, really nice car. And I've forgotten how much I'm selling it for now. I think it was it 3,400? Can't remember. I'll put it on screen now. I think it was 3,400 I'm selling it for. Or was it 3,600? I can't remember. I've got 3 cars ready all at the same time. And I've got confused as to which is which. Oh, actually, one thing I need to do is just touch those wheels up. She wasn't too bothered about it. I said, look, I'll touch them up anyway. But yeah, it's a lovely car. Obviously, I'm going to end this video here, but I will let you know in future as to what the situation is with that aircon when we get to the bottom of it, when it comes back, or Glenn sorts it out, or whatever happens. Obviously, if Glenn goes and does it, he can't regas it. So then they'd have to bring it to me to do anyway. So yeah, fingers crossed. Anyway, let's wrap it up. So only a short project, as I say. It's one of those cars that I've been searching for a car for this woman. She wanted a car by the end of July. Today is the 1st of August. So, you know, it's not perfect because the aircon don't work. But apart from that, it's a non-cat car, which is what she ideally wanted. She's got it for a good price. Yeah, and that's it. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and until the next one, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.